everyone, and welcome back to our Facebook Live here with Vooks. I see we have a ton of friends from all over joining us, and we're so excited to be back with you once again to celebrate National Reading Month. Now, first of all, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Janae, and I'm the head of the customer experience team here at Vooks.
My name is Patty, and I'm the education director at Vooks.
Now, once again, we're celebrating National Reading Month once again with you. I said that again. And I see we have tons of friends joining us, so I want to make sure everyone knows, what is Vooks? Well, Vooks is a streaming service of animated read-aloud storybooks. It's kid-safe and ad-free. It's loved by children all over the world, trusted by teachers, and enjoyed by parents as well. So we are so excited to be here again celebrating National Reading Month with you.
Our mission at Vooks is to get every child reading. With a subscription to our ever-growing library of titles, you also receive access to our activities and resources. To celebrate National Reading Month, we have developed specially themed resources. For more information, please go to vooks.com/readalong. This week's title is Celebrating Our Differences, and our featured title is it's our
book today.
Our book today, our featured title is Where Are You? By Jonathan Sundy. And we are so fortunate to be able to have Jonathan with us today. So we would like to give you an opportunity to ask him questions. Please post your questions in the chat box so we can get to as many questions as possible during our time together today. It is my pleasure to read along with you, Where Are You? By Jonathan Sundy.
Where Are You? By Jonathan Sundy. Where are you? Lounging in my nook, reading a good book. Where are you? Sitting on a cinder block, knitting me a winter sock. Where are you? Having a yummy plump plum with my lumpy stump chum. Where are you? Riding George the gorgeous porpoise past enormous surging orcas. Where are you? Getting ready to slurp spaghetti with Freddy Gazzetti, the sweaty yeti. Where are you? Riding on the back of a giraffe gone quackers while snacking on a pack of alpaca-shaped crackers. Where are you? Surfing on a blue spruce with old Rusty McDoose, but my trusty goose noose feels a wee bit loose. A wee bit loof? Where are you, goof? Is? I'm here in this box, safe from hard knocks. Do you want to come play? Not right now. I'm afraid. We could snack on the way. I think I'll just stay. If the here where you are isn't the where that you want, don't sit where you are feeling glum on your bum. Get up and start working to change where you're from. 'cause bruises and gooses and fears and excuses can't stop you from living the life that you choose. Is? Where are you? Oh, sorry for skipping the end of your speech. Had to rescue an Eskimo lost on the beach. Then I wrote a hit song about butternut squashes. Now I'm testing some specs on my rocket galoshes. Woohoo! Thanks for the boost. The end.
I know you enjoyed Where Are You as much as we did. We're going to now speak with Jonathan about Where Are You. Please type your questions into the chat box and we'll get to just as many as we can.
We're so excited to have you here with us, Jonathan.
Welcome, Jonathan. Yes.
Thanks for having me.
It's an honor to have you with us today, and thank you for sharing your time. Jonathan, could you start by sharing a little bit about yourself and why you became an author and illustrator of children's books?
For sure, yeah. And first of all, thanks again for having me, and I'm excited to chat with everybody on the live stream. So I've always loved telling stories. I remember in second grade, I wrote a 10-page illustrated story about a knight and a dragon, and people with the same names as my brothers, knights with the same names as my brothers, happened to get eaten by the dragon. But I've always loved that part of it. I've loved to draw. I've loved to tell stories. And so in college, I majored in design, and I worked in a few different areas of design. And it took me a while to find my way to kids book illustration.
Go ahead, sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt, but I have lots and lots of questions.
It looks like we might be getting a little delay here, but I'm not sure if we're hearing everything that Jonathan's saying. But we thank you for sharing that with us.
Yes, absolutely. Jonathan, what inspired you to write Where Are You?
Sure. So for me, Where Are You is about two main themes: friendship and overcoming your fears. So the idea for the book came out of a major life transition for me. I'd worked in product design for 9 years, and I wanted to switch careers and become an illustrator. But the fear of the unknown, of failing, of starting over my career were all holding me back. But my wife was really supportive during that time. So our relationship and our friendship and that idea of overcoming fears really became the heart of that book. And so Norb's line that bruises and gooses and fears and excuses can't stop you from living the life that you choose is a particularly personal message for me.
That's one of my favorite lines as well. If here isn't where you want to be, I love that, that line. So is there someone besides your wife that has particularly inspired you for writing?
Absolutely. Yeah. So my mom was really supportive growing up, both writing and illustration. She would get really excited about anything I did. And she was also very particular about grammar, which helped me in my writing. And then also my 5th grade art teacher was the first professional artist I'd ever met. And he taught me a lot of the fundamentals about art and really helped guide me along in my art career. So basically the kind of joy and encouragement from those two people in my life really helped me to become the artist and illustrator I am now.
That warms my heart, being both a mother and a teacher, that warms my heart that they were influences in your life.
Definitely.
So that's awesome. And so do you have advice for our inspiring young authors and illustrators out there?
Yes, this is a good question. So I think there's a myth out there that, especially with artists, that it's something that you're just born with. You're born with an innate skill. And I think that's totally false. I think art, like anything else, is a skill that you develop. So I always drew as a kid, and even today, I'm still trying to get better at it. So a few years ago, I decided I was going to post a sketch on Instagram every single day. And it was a way for me to just be consistent and always keep drawing and getting better. And the same is true with writing, where it's just a skill that you need to practice. So keep drawing, keep writing, and keep telling your stories.
That's great advice.
Yeah. Now, we do actually have a lot of friends who are here with us. I don't know if you can see them there, Jonathan, but we do have questions coming in from the audience. So I wanted to go ahead and go to some of these. Now, there's a couple people asking similar questions. So Sam wants to know, where do Iz and Norb live? And then also along with that, you can answer these together. I saw that, someone said, what kind of animals are Iz and Norb? How would you answer that?
For sure. So where they live, I haven't addressed that yet. There are some other books coming in the series, and they'll get into a little more of where they're from and their origin. And then as far as what animals, they were kind of intentionally meant to be little monsters. So they're kind of nondescript monster characters, but they interact with all sorts of different animals, as you see in the book.
I love that. Okay, let's see. What we've got, everyone saying beautiful message, love it. Edwin says, I like the activity worksheets. That's so great. Shelley would like to know, well, it's the second and third graders, would like to know, what is your life like as an author?
Well, it's pretty fun, because basically it's the idea is you get to kind of live in your imagination and take little parts of your life and incorporate them into stories. So yeah, I work as the creative director of original content at Vooks. And so I get to work on kids' books all day. So I'm either writing or illustrating or art directing different kids' books all day, which is so fun. And it really kind of is the culmination of that second grade dream I had of making books for kids.
Well, there you go, all you second graders out there.
Absolutely.
You could live that dream if that's what you're dreaming of. That's so cool. Okay, another question. Let's see, I just saw it. What kind of book would you like to write next? That's from Kristen.
That's a good question. So with Iz and Norb, those are kind of the nearest, dearest characters to me. And I do have 5 total books in that series. So I really want to kind of flesh out their world and more friends for them to meet, and more adventures for them to go on. So the plan is to do, a few more books in that series. And so that's what I'm most excited about right now.
Oh, that's so great. Mary says, your characters are so silly. Where do you come up with the ideas for them?
So mainly for me, it's about sketching. So both ideas and characters. I keep a sketchbook with me all the time, and I'm always doodling little characters and also observing from life. So drawing people in coffee shops or on the street walking by, and you kind of develop a little library of faces and noses and ears and all those kind of things. And you can take that and infuse it into your characters. So yeah, it's all from my sketchbook.
Okay, well, let's see. Lucy would like to know, what is your favorite thing to draw?
Ooh, it sounds maybe strange, but talking about coffee shop sketches, I love drawing older men because they have all these wrinkles and big ears and big noses. So there's so much character you can infuse into them and kind of push and pull shapes. So that's a really fun character to draw. And then also characters like Iz and Norb, little monsters, little kind of make-believe characters are awesome.
So when you've used an older man for a character, does he know?
Typically not. That's another benefit, is they usually have poor eyesight, so they don't catch you sketching them.
Okay, let's look at, we've got a few more questions coming in. Candace says, hi from Ontario, Canada. Our grade 3s would like to know, what is the name of the first book you have written?
Ooh, so the first book I wrote, actually, Where Are You is kind of the first book that I both wrote and illustrated. So I had illustrated several books before that, but I wanted to kind of tell my own story. And so Where Are You took several years to develop, but it was the first kind of core idea that I took to a final book.
Okay.
Although the second grade book that I mentioned was called John's Adventure.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You did mention that one.
Do you-
Miles. Oh, sorry. Go ahead,
Do
Patty.
you still have that book?
I do. Yeah, my mom, being very encouraging, saved everything from my childhood.
That's awesome.
I wonder how
Awesome.
your brothers who were eaten by dragons in that book felt.
You know, they didn't love that book. That was not their favorite one.
Okay, Miles, who is 7 years old, would like to know if you ever make yourself laugh with your own drawings.
Yes, all the time. Yeah, I think part of what I love about Is a Norb in this series in general is, to me, it's all about infusing joy into the book. So yeah, I'm always trying to draw characters that are fun or silly or get in absurd situations, because I think, yeah, spreading more joy is a good way to spend your life.
Yeah. Oh.
Absolutely.
Okay, Heath from Mrs. Messer's precocious pre-K class in Atlanta, Georgia said, I like when the blue guy was riding the giraffe. So not a question, but I also liked that part.
I do too.
I do too.
Yeah. Now let's see. Oh, Jemima from Mrs. Messer's precocious pre-K class wants to know, why did the character fall down and injure itself?
Oh.
That's a good question. So it kind of happened as an accident in the book, but it was mainly to tell the idea that even if you fall down or you get hurt, that that shouldn't keep you from doing the things that you love. And it was basically the idea that fear shouldn't hold you back, and that through the support of your friends, you can get up and keep doing what you love doing.
So good.
Awesome. That is awesome.
We have one more question here. And so many of our friends, I have to just say this, we have so many people here with us today, and they're all saying hello. And just so you know, we see your messages, and even though we can't mention every single one of them, we see them, so thank you for sending them. One of those was Mrs., I'm probably going to say this wrong, so forgive me, but Mrs. Gorospi's first grade class would just love to say hello. So hello, Jonathan.
Hi.
And then, let's see. Oh, here we go. Ariana from Walls Elementary would like to know if she would like to be an author one day, what would your advice be?
So I think one good thing, so for me, I keep a sketchbook all the time, but also keeping a little notebook or something near you. So whenever you have a story idea, you can write it down is a really good practice. And, you know, every story just starts with a little kernel of an idea. And a small theme. So I think, yeah, keeping a little notebook by your bed or wherever is a good practice. And then, you know, to bring it to a final story, it takes a lot of work. So you gotta keep working on it and rewriting it and getting notes from other people. So yeah, those are all things that I think make a good author, is keeping a track of your ideas and also being open to feedback from other people.
Well, there you go, Ariana. That's good advice. Thank you, Jonathan. And we actually have a couple more questions coming in, but Isla would like to know, when you make a book, do you like writing the words better or drawing the pictures?
So I come more from an illustration background, so definitely creating the pictures is easier for me, but I do love words and wordplay and rhyming. So you see that especially in Where Are You? So they're both really fun. I would say writing is harder for me, but I love doing both.
Okay.
So, Jonathan, to go along with that question, have you written books you have not illustrated and illustrated books you have not written?
So I have illustrated several books that I haven't written, and that's part of my job currently. Is we have a lot of stories coming in, and oftentimes I'll just be an illustrator on those. So for example, at Vooks, we have a new book coming out for Earth Day. Oh, actually, no, I wrote and illustrated that. But we have several other, sorry, that example. But we do have several other books that I'm just serving as an illustrator on those. So it's kind of taking in the author's vision and then illustrating pictures for it.
Great. Now, one last question. I lost it here to who asked it. Oh, Mrs. Mayer's 4th grade class would like to know, what is your favorite book?
Ooh, so one of my very favorites, and I think it's related to this conversation, growing up, was Are You My Mother? And I just love the simplicity of that story and the style of it too, where it's kind of just focused on the characters and there's minimal background. And as you could probably see in Where Are You, that's kind of influenced the style and the message in that book.
Well, awesome.
That's awesome, but I have one last question.
Okay.
So, Jonathan, you mentioned that you have several books in the series of Is and Nord. Can you tell us a little bit about the adventures that we're going to see them in?
Yes, absolutely. So the most exciting part is the second book is out right now, and you can get it on Amazon. It's called Who is Boo? The easiest way to find it is to just search my name on Amazon. But it's a treasure hunt story, and it's all about showing kindness to strangers, basically. So the other part of that's really exciting. So the physical book is out now, but it's also being animated right now to be turned into a book. So that should come out later this year, and I can't wait to see it come to life in that form. And so that's the second book in the series. There are plans to do 5 books in the series, and I'm going to try to basically stick to releasing one a year.
Oh, that's awesome. I am very excited because my copy of the book comes today in the mail.
Awesome.
So when I get home, it'll be there. And I can't wait to see it turned into a Vooks as well. So thank you, Jonathan.
Yes.
You have been inspiring and informational, and I love, love, love the book.
Yes.
So thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Yes, and I know we were getting so many questions that we didn't get to answer quite yet, but don't forget, you can keep sending to the audience. You can keep sending your questions. We will respond to them here on this video. Also, thank you for joining us, Jonathan, as well as the audience. We've had so much fun this month getting to do these live videos with all of you, and we hope that you enjoyed it. Now, if you did enjoy it, we would love to hear from you. So make sure to message us on Facebook or Instagram, or you can email us at support@vooks.com, because we want to know what you thought. And if you loved it, we just want to hear from you. Now, also, if you enjoyed the titles that you saw this month, there are tons more available on Vooks. And don't forget, if you go and join at join.vooks.com, you actually can get 30 days for free. So you want to take advantage of that, as well as teachers. If you're not already doing it, you get your first year for free. So we want to see you around Vooks. We are releasing new titles all the time, and there are so many good ones on there, including Jonathan Sundy's title like we saw today, and they're going to continue to be added. So we want to see you around Vooks. Don't forget to message us if you have any questions, and we just had so much fun. We hope to see you all again soon. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.